Hey there, today I want to do a video of a comparison between the LG Aristo and the LG K20 Plus. Let us begin. So to start this off, I just want to mention specifications about the devices. So the LG Aristo has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage, can hold up to a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. It has a 720p screen, a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core processor. It has a 5-inch display, micro USB. It has a 2100 or so mAh battery. I can even show you right now. So it has a 2410 milliamp hour battery. It has a 13 megapixel rear facing camera with flash, and it has a pretty quiet speaker, and it has a 5 megapixel front facing camera. As the LG K20 Plus has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of space, 2700 mAh battery. It has 1.4 gigahertz quad-core processor. It has a 5.3-inch 720p HD display. It has a 13 megapixel rear-facing camera and a 5 megapixel front-facing camera. So the cameras in here are pretty identical. This one is only in silver. This one's only in this color with rose gold. The back on this one is, I don't know if it's fake rubber or not, but it is rubber. While the the back on this one is plastic, and you can feel, it feels, I don't want to say junky, but it doesn't feel like just as premium as this one feels. And I've been using this one for less time, and I still love it more than this. Even if it had the same specs, I would love this one better. So now to jump into it, they both run the same version of Android. They both run Android 7.0 Nougat. I can even show you. So I'm going to go into list view here because I actually don't like all the way down to the bottom. About phone, software info. So it is running Android 7, not the latest version, just Android 7.0 here. Now this one has January security patch, well this one has the March security patch, according to my usage. So, to start this off, they both have the same UI experience to them. If I go over here, this one doesn't have Wi-Fi on, but they are the same, just as fast. So they both have the same UI on, so if I swipe over, I can find widgets, I can do all this home screen stuff, tap and hold in an area that's clear, and they will pop up with the same style stuff, if you have the same apps on them, that is. When you go into the lock screen, you technically can, I didn't do it because of the fingerprint, but you can customize down there. And the only main difference between this one is that it has a fingerprint sensor on it, so you can unlock through this, while this one you have to press it and you have to swipe it up. But if you go through here, as you can see, swipe over, this one just doesn't have as much. I can edit it, I can add stuff to it, I can edit this one too, I can add stuff to it. I don't want to edit it though. Then you can just go through here. If you go to the settings, you have airplane, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You can go through the whole thing. And you can do all this. Inside of this thing also, I want to show that, so over here it does have 16 gigs of space. This one has 32 built in. But I just want to show that just want to show the camera samples too on this thing. So for memory, this has 1.8, this has 1.3, which means 1.5 because 2.2 is taken out for the internal of it. So menu, remove, I hate that piece and popping up there. So you can search up here. Then if you go down, you can go to, this one shows fingerprint and security, all this one just shows security. Now if you go here, you do that. I'm going to go up to lock screen. I'm going to show you what these have for unlocking. So let me just do this. I don't care if you know it. None, swipe, lock, pattern, pin, password, fingerprint. None, like, swap, not code, pattern, pin, password, no fingerprint. But all in all, these do have the same style, just the speed is a little different. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to run, if I have it on here, I am going to run Geek. Why don't I have it on here? And 2. I don't have that on here. I'm going to have to turn on Wi-Fi here, so expect a ton of notifications, but I'm going to go download them on both devices. I'm going to go home, and I just got a notification on that one, actually. So I'm going to go into the Play Store. I'm going to download and 2 benchmark, and then I'm going to download the 3D one too. Install. Install. Is this one Geekbench 4? Yes, it is. Install. Into 2. And that one's going to be installing too. So I can install them on both. I can do it and it'll install. So it installed one already. I have to get rid of all this stuff. I installed it on that. I can click install over here while all my notifications slow down the freaking device. So you know what? I'll come back once these are downloaded and my notifications aren't taking up all of my memory on this thing. So I'll be back within probably 5 minutes, but for you, it'll be just a couple of seconds, maybe even just a second. Okay, so we've got the stuff installed now. So all I did was I plugged both of these devices in to this power bank so that I would get the maximum power out of my device. So I'm opening up in 2 benchmark. And I am going to, okay, whoops, I just closed it out. I wanted to go to info here. So, Metro PCS. I'm going to read the LG Aristo stuff first. LG MS210, 32-bit 7.0, quad-core ARM V7 processor, Adreno 308, 720 by 1280 resolution, rear camera is 13 megapixel, 4160 by 3120 is just a megapixel count. Storage, RAM is 1.5, system storage 10 gigabyte available, quad core ARM V7 64-bit CPU, 4 core, and display renderer Adreno 3 Qualcomm, blah blah blah. 320 DPI, 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and then we don't really need more. So when we open up this one, we can't swipe that away. It doesn't show up over here though. We have the Metro PCS. This is the K20 Plus LG MP260 7.0 32-bit. Has a Adreno 308 720 by 1280. Has a 13 megapixel front-facing camera, rear-facing camera. Has 2 gigs of RAM, 32.34 gigabyte available of system storage or internal storage. Has a 64-bit quad-core ARM V7 4-core processor, Adreno 308 Qualcomm, 720 resolution, display with a 320 DPI resolution. So now we're going to click test and we'll let it run. Out of there. So, permissions. Do. I do not need the notification from him. Now that that's done, we'll test it out. And we'll just let it run completely. and I'll just come back when it is done. Well, so I wouldn't say that the LG Aristo finished far off, but whoa, did these finish differently. This has a 32,964. The LG K20 score is 32,964, where the LG Aristo is 24,503. That's about 8,000 off. That is like 8,000, over 8,000 off. That's 8,400 off or so. 8,461. That's how far it is off. It is crazy. That is crazy. Now, the second test we're going to do, remember, do not start that over. Remember, this, I'm going to force stop the app over here because it's running in the background still. And remember, there is no notifications, there's nothing. I cleared out all the notifications, I cleared them out over here. Now, what we're going to be doing, though, is we're going to be running Geekbench 4. So I've got to accept them. I've got to swipe that away. It'll pop up again. Now, what I am going to do is this one, the LG K20 Plus. Apparently, it says 277 ppi display pixel per inch, while the Aristo's 295. They both have almost the same style, everything. So I'm just going to run the benchmark. I just started this one before that one, so let's begin. Okay, so that just finished a significant amount of time after, no matter me pressing it directly after it. That is a score of around 4,000 more. That is crazy. The LG K20 Plus, if you're looking for a fast phone, that is the way to go. Now, I say that this is just a better device, also because look at that. Okay. I double click them. This one, the LG K20 Plus, feels more premium in the hand, while this one just feels junky. The LG Aristo just feels like the cheaper of the phones, like one you would give your kids as a toy or something. I'm not saying it's like you should give it to your kids as a toy. I'm just saying that's what it feels like. One of those toy phones almost. Like, it feels like a phone, but at the same time it feels like a junkier phone. Now, though, I'm going to get into the camera samples. The camera samples are coming up now. this turns out.
Look where we gotta go. Look what it says.
There we go. Mic test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, let's see how this turns out.
Look where we gotta go. Look what it says.
There we go. Mic test, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's go.
Here.
What?
We'll get there at 5:06.
Testing, yay. Let's go.
Here.
What?
We'll get there at 5:06.
Testing, yay. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please rate, comment, subscribe down below. Make sure to hit that bell because videos like this come out whenever new phones come out. But as always, just enjoy the rest of your day.